So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back again for the third session of the revision of the grammar that we are doing. And inshallah, we will just try to cover because these are the few things we have done in the last few days. So, I'm going a little fast on that. And inshallah, thanks for being with me for such a long time. We had a really marathon session today. So, it was a revision of the full level 4 book. So, that's why we had to go a little fast on this. Right, so I'll come back again with my screen share, and we were on the hammers now. Hammers, as we have discussed, gives fatha to the present tense, right? And now we are seeing the mazid fi verbs, and we have seen ikhtalafa yakhtalifu, and after the lan it becomes yakhtalifa, and then it becomes lan yakhtalifu. For the third person, lan takhtalifa, you will never differ. Lan takhtalifu, you all will never differ. Lan akhtalifa, I will never differ. Lan nakhtalifa, we will never differ. Lan takhtalifa for the feminine form. So hal yakhtalifu, the answer is, will they differ? Lan yakhtalifa, they will never differ. Hal yakhtalifuna, will they all differ? Lan yakhtalifu, they will never differ. Right? If you are assuming that there is for the Quran. Hal takhtalifu, lan akhtalifu, we will not differ. Lan takhtalifuna, will you all differ? Lan nakhtalifa, we will not differ. So inshallah, let us make a point that we do not differ in the book of Allah. Then inshallah, that is the only way for us to come to the straight path. Right, so now we have lan with you here. Okay, yuti, ata yuti, and with lan it becomes yutiya. Lan yutu, yutu now becomes lan yutu, and tuti becomes lan tutiya, and uti becomes lan utiya. So for all this, you have to write it. If you are not going to write, we have discussed this before. Allama bil kalam. So if you don't keep writing these, you will never be able to pick up these small differences. Okay. Lan utiya, I will never give. Lan nutiya, we will never give. Lan tutiya, she will never give. So hal, as you were talking about, say doing something bad or giving a bribe, hal yuti, will he give? Lan yutiya, he will never give. Hal yutuna, will they all give? Lan yutu, they will never give. Hal tuti, will you give? Lan tutiya, I will not give. Hal tu'tuna, will you all give? Lan nu'tiya, we will not give. So this is the about bribe, to take giving bribe or no. But here what we are trying to learn is with lan, there is a fatha which comes in ut, becomes utiya. Okay. This is another example from the Quran. That Allah gives. That Allah gives the kitab wa hukma wa nubuwa summa yaqulu lin-nas, and then they tell people kunu ibadalli, that become my slaves min dunillah, other than Allah. Right? So this is not what the way of prophets is. Right? So we discussed the sarf and nahu. Sarf is how these words change, and nahu is how the i'rab change and how the pairs of words come and how they form a sentence. So we saw this last time. Al baytu kabirun, the house is big, because the first word is definite. That's why this is a complete sentence. Right? So it is the first ism, because you know that the house you're talking about, that's why it is definite, and that's why it is the house, al bayt. And this is the khabar, which gives, the word is giving us that there is a house is big. It is therefore called as the news khabar, and it does not have al before it. So it should never have al to complete a sentence. If it has al, it is noun and adjective. If it does not, both don't have al, again it is noun and adjective. And this is called jumlatul ismiya, or a nominal sentence. So Arabic nouns by default have a dhamma or a double dhamma on them, as if they are always standing and ready to work. Allahu khalidun, al baytu. The status is called rafa, or the halat rafa, and the TPI sign is towards up, halat rafa. Allahu Ghafurun, Al Baytu Kabirun. These are all sentences. We discussed last time how and why they are sentences, because they are not adjective and noun. Adjective and noun will have both same. Since here the second is nakira, it is not definite. That's why it is sentences. Okay. So Al Baytu Kabirun, the house is big. Al Muslimu Sadiqun, the Muslim is truthful. Al Muslimuna Sadiquna, the Muslims are truthful. Then the other words are Al-Mu'minun Salihun, the believer is pious. Al-Mu'minuna Salihun, the believers are pious. Al-Munafiqun Al-Fasiqun, the hypocrite is disobedient. Al-Munafiquna, plural, Fasiquna, disobedient. Al-Muslimu Sadiqun, the Muslim is truthful. Al-Muslimun Al-Sadiqun, Al-Mu'minun Salihun. Al-Mu'minuna Salihun, Al-Munafiqun Fasiqun. Al-Munafiquna Fasiquna. So even proper names, they can have tanween, but they are still sentences because they are proper names. So Muhammadun Rasulun is a sentence. Hudun Nabiyyun is a sentence because Hud is a name. Zaidun Saghirun, Zaid is a name, that's why it is a sentence. Sa'adun Kabirun, Sa'ad is big. Al-Madrasatu Kabira, this is feminine form. Al-Madrasah, feminine. Al-Madrasatu Kabira, the school is big. Al-Muslimatun Sadiqah, the Muslim lady is truthful. These are all sentences, complete sentences. Al-Muslimatu Sadiqatu, the Muslim is women are truthful. Al-Mu'minatu Salihatun, the believer, the woman is pious. Al-Mu'minatu Salihatu, the believer women are pious. Al-Munafiqatu Fasiqatun, the hypocrite lady is disobedient. Al-Munafiqatu, the hypocrite ladies, Fasiqatu are disobedient. So these are the plurals that you've seen. Then we have plurals of the singular feminine noun. So Jabal is Jibal, Masjid is Masajid, and Bait is Buyut, broken plurals. Now translating the mosques, Masajid are old. Because Masajid is a broken plural, that's why we have Qadimah. Bait, Buyut, Hadi, Jadidah, Al-Jibalu, Kabirah. This we saw in the beginning also. Al-Masjidu Qadimun, Al-Masajid Qadimah. Al-Baytu Jadidun, Al-Buyut Jadidah. Al-Jabalu Kabirun, Al-Jibalu Kabirah. Right, so I think this is all we have. It was a very huge session and a lot of things we covered. So you can revise it back again on the YouTube. Inshallah, I will share this on YouTube. You have any questions in the full level or whatever we did today?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sir, lam plus yuridu becomes lam yurid.
Correct.
Example is given lam yuridillahu.
हाँ.
तो दाल के नीचे कसरा क्यों आ रहा है?
ये इसलिए आया क्योंकि उसके आगे अल आया है. So कोई भी word, any word, if it has a sukun in the end, then you would have kasra coming to it if the next word is having al. So if you have kul hu Allahu ahad, okay, kul has what got sukun.
Yes.
Right. Now if Allah follows after kul, so we say kul Allah, so it will not be kul Allah, it will be kulillah. Okay. So any word which is having a sukun in the end, if it is followed by al, there is a arzi, a kasra that is put on it. We have discussed this before. So whenever there is any word which is having a sukun in the end and then an al follows it, then we have a like we had asbahat and becomes asbahatil because of the next word having al. Okay, so any word which is ending with a sukun, I'll just write that and show you. So you understand.
Yes, sir, you had told it. Actually, I have forgot it. My memory is very weak.
No problem, no problem. Since you have got it out, I'll just write it down and we will just understand this. So when we say kul,
yes, I got it in Surah Anam also. Al Anam.
Yes.
Verse number 125.
Okay. Correct. So now you know the reason, right? So when we say kul hu Allah, so there is sukun here. Kul. But when kul huwa is also Allah only, but there is no al here. But when there is kul and there is say Allah at the after it, So then what it becomes is
Kulillah.
kulillah, right? The word is remaining same, the meaning will also be same, but the pronunciation will be kulillah. So it is not any different form. It is just that sukoon which is changed to a kasra because of the al. This is in today's also we had asbahat. So when we have asbahat kasarim, it is pronounced as asbahat. But when you have al following it, so asbahatil, it will become asbahatil. Then whatever word follows it becomes if there is an al following it, then there is a kasra which is coming there.
Jazakallah.
Qulillahumma malikal mulki tutil mulk.
Qulillahu malikul mulk. There are many verses like that. Just to give an
Yuridullahu
example.
bikumul yusra wa la yuridu.
Correct. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Right.
It will help in remembering Quran also.
Yes. So if
When
you,
we-
yes. If you're having ayat from the Quran, then the examples are right in front of you.
Thank you. Jazakallah. Jazakallah.
So I would suggest just practice again this week. The full grammar we have covered today. It was a very heavy session, but you have done all this before, so it was nothing new. So next week, inshallah, we will have the small exam. I'll share the papers and you all just try and write. But all these differences, just write and practice. So as you said, you remember, you forget, everybody will forget. If you write, inshallah, you will not forget. So just keep writing, and Allah Ta'ala has said that He's going to teach with the pen. So that is a promise of Allah. And if you're going to write it, inshallah, you will be able to memorize and remember all that you have done in today's grammar. And nothing is difficult. You have all the examples in the Quran coming regularly if you're doing recitation of the Quran. So inshallah, with that, it will be easy for you. And whenever you are reciting and whatever grammar is there, you just try to follow that grammar in the part that you are reciting. And that will also, inshallah, make it easy.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Right, so we had a very heavy session. Some parts I deliberately went fast because we are almost 300 slides, but still we were able to complete in 3 sessions. Otherwise, we would have taken in 2 sessions, but I think we had done all this. The last part we have done recently only, so we went fast on that. Any questions?
Giving la yaf'alanna. La yaf'alanna.
La yaf'alanna, yes.
I
So
think
that
is one more.
that is called lame taqid. And when-
Ta'kid.
Yeah, lame taqid. So that will give rise to a fatha in the singular form. In the plural form, it will give a dhamma. So if you have layas alanna, it is a single person. Layas alunna, it is plural.
So like that, this one more word, no? Imma yablughanna.
Imma is different. The
Imma is
lame
also
taqid-
giving, I think.
No, I didn't get your question.
I think Imma is also giving effect of that noon
Ah.
shadda.
Nun mushadda. Correct.
Like
Right,
Imma
right.
yablughanna, one place I have read.
Correct.
Imma yablughanna indakal kibara ahadhuma wa kilahuma.
Correct.
और यासीन में भी है लगता है ऐसा
Yasin में कौन सा
la yasamannukum la yarjumannukum
layarjumanna. Yes, we will surely do rajam to
wa
you.
la yamassannukum.
Correct. So that is
So
lame
there is
taqid.
difference between this lam zabar and lam zer, no? Lam zer with is called lam ta'lil, kya?
Correct.
And that gives
That is so that. That li means
So that.
so that. Yeah, that li means so that. It is there in the book also. The chart is there and meaning of that so that is there with a fatha. And should ke liye it is a sukoon. He should do.
किधर सुकून आएगा?
Should ke liye, if the meaning is should.
Should lam zabar आता है ना?
हाँ.
La yaf'alanna
La yaf'alanna is taqid.
should do. उसमें भी should आता है ना?
हाँ, वो उसमें भी should आता है बराबर. Surely. It is surely
Surely,
many
yeah.
times. Yeah.
You must do it.
Correct.
Learn.
Right, so just practice the full 4th book. It is actually speaking very high level grammar, but the way we have done it, it is simplified. So just practice it the same way. Inshallah, you'll feel it easy.
I am getting confused in this yati and yuti because one is muzaira and one is mazid fihi.
Mazid fi. Correct. So the weak verbs are difficult. So if you keep writing, then inshallah you will not forget. So that's like
Right.
inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
This is good session.
If there are no questions, inshallah, then we'll stop. We have over